Today we will talk about every Skylanders gimmick. Let's start with Giants.
The gimmick of the Giants is a fun gimmick, but they were kind of ruined by later games because the senseis and trap masters were as big as them. The eight giants in this game were Ninjini, Swarm, Hothead, Bouncer, Crusher, Eyebrow, Thumbback, and T-Rex. Every one of these Skylanders are really good, except maybe Swarm and Ninjini, and especially T-Rex is just amazing. The feats of strength are cool and usually give you a good amount of coins. Also, jumping into certain areas revealing treasures only by giants is pretty cool. Giants also can kill chompies by walking on them. This is also really cool. Giants can also lift up rocks and throw them at enemies, doing great damage. This is probably my favorite gimmick about them. Giants were a great way to introduce gimmick landers. I give them an 8 out of 10.
Skylanders Swap Force has an amazing gimmick. And the gimmick, you're able to swap stuff. And what are the things that you can swap? It's the Skylanders. What gimmick isn't a Skylander? Oh, my bad, guys. So, yeah, you're able to make a bunch of new Skylanders. For example, you take the legs of Luigi, the body of the Dart Monkey, and you get this abomination. You can also get this thing. Besides that, you can actually get some really good combinations, like Magnashift. He's able to teleport around everywhere and shoot these little plasma balls at enemies that do really good damage, and it's also a really good combo. Another combo that I like is Blast Buckler. The blast part is able to throw bombs, and the buckler is able to get your little tentacles and slap everyone in the face. There's also these little icons at the bottom of the swapper, and they tell you what they can do. For example, Blast Zone has this flying ability because at the bottom of his character, there are rocket jets things. I don't know what they are. Vicarious Visions was really creative with this idea, and because of this, I have to give Swap Force a 10 out of 10.
There's really two gimmicks of Trap Team, the Traps and the Trap Masters. We'll be focusing on the Trap Masters because they're the gimmick landers. There's two Trap Masters of each element and one Trap Master for the new Light and Dark elements. For example, Kaboom and Wildfire for the fire element, and Shortcut and Crypt King for the undead element. While I haven't played as many Trap Masters, Wildfire is my favorite. These gimmick landers can do some interesting stuff. In Trap Team, there are Traptanium shards in certain areas, and only Trap Masters can destroy them. These shards are blocking mostly extra gold, but sometimes block bosses. This means to defeat every boss, you need a Trap Master. Also, in Trap Team, they changed the elemental gate, so only Trap Masters of that element can open these gates, which made Skylanders, core Skylanders, useless. With giant Traptanium weapons, Trap Masters deal extra damage to bosses. This is pretty cool, honestly. To 100% the game, you need a Trap Master of each element. There's some pros of Trap Masters, like being able to do extra damage to bosses, and cons, like being very expensive compared to cores. Overall, I still love these gimmick landers, and they're great, and probably even better than the Giants. I give them a 9 out of 10.
Skylanders, Superchargers, not Hot Wheels, my bad. Skylanders, Hot Wheels, my bad, guys. Skylanders, Superchargers. Man, Vicarious Vision. Yo, we're not chefs. Yo, it's going dumpster diving. What is this? Racing. I'm sorry, bro. I don't want Mario Kart being the gimmick for a Skylanders game, bro. And you know what they do? They couldn't even create a list of all new Skylanders. They had to bring some back, obviously. Go Grunt making his 5th appearance in the 5 Skylanders games, the 5 first Skylanders games. Well, 5 out of the 6 Skylanders games. He was a playable character, bro. You guys milked the heck out of Gil Grunt. Honestly, it's dumb. It was really dumb. And instead of Vicarious Visions going to do a sane thing and give us, I don't know, maybe like an arena pack or a DLC, like DLC pack, they give us racing packs. All they do is give you new racing levels. And those racing levels are just like Mario Kart. I'm sorry. It's just a bad game overall. They went dumpster diving. You know what they found? Trash. They didn't find anything good. They also did my boy Chop Chop dirty. He should have been a supercharger. This nobody was not it. Superchargers was awful. 0 out of 10. Now, for Imaginators, let's just say Toys for Bob was in the kitchen with this one. I mean, like, you were able to create your own Skylanders. Isn't that amazing, guys? That is amazing. Congratulations, Toys for Bob. It was a good farewell for the Skylanders series, and I like how you were able to create your own, like, little people. I liked it. I know a lot of people thought that, like, oh, they're just doing this because they have no more ideas, which is probably true, but I respect how Toys for Bob gave us a 4-star meal. They gave us a 4-star meal, okay, with this. Toys for Bob was cooking. There's a bunch of different Skylanders that you can make. They were in the kitchen. They delivered. It was good food. It was good eating. I'll give the only thing that weird is that there's kind of like 2 gimmick landers. You have like the senseis, and some senseis are villains. I think that's kind of cool. Like villains in like Trap Team or other games. I think it was only Trap Team actually. I'm not too sure. But yeah, the senseis, they can do these little sensei shrine things. It's pretty cool. I like it. Toys for Bob was in the kitchen. Yeah. I'll give Imaginators 7 apples out of 10. Hey, well, you made it to the end of the video. If you like content like this, you should probably subscribe. It's free, and it'd help us out a lot. See ya.